G'day all. So, I'm going to show you how to germinate nitrobush. Nice easy method. This method will take a week instead of a year. They can take a long time if they're not prepared correctly. So I'm going to save some time doing this. So if you want to get your nitrobush seeds, wherever you get them from, it's fine. Just make sure they're fresh. You can always message the sellers. I do sell them on my Etsy store and website. So first step, you've got your instructions, but we've also got this video that I'll probably send you. Got our tag to put on our pot, and we've got your nitrobush seeds. Now I do believe I've got them at the moment. There's 10 seeds, and I do collect these fresh every year. It's very important to have nice fresh seeds when it comes to natives. But the first step is we're going to take some sandpaper. We're going to sand off part of the seed to expose the kernel. And then we want to be very gentle when we do this. We don't want to damage the kernel at all. Right, let's go do that. Alright, so you're going to take your nitrobush seed. Now, this is 120 grit sandpaper. You can use whatever, but regardless, it's going to be the same process. So what I want you to do is identify the two parts. You're going to have this front bit here. That's where the seedling is going to sprout from. And then you're going to have the back here. This is where we're going to scarify it. Right, so you're going to take the seed, put it back down on kind of an angle. Right, so let's say like that much of an angle, right? You're just going to gently just rub it back and forth. Right, this is the most important part. Keep checking it. Keep checking it. If you go too far, you're going to destroy the kernel. Sorry about my dirty fingers. I was cleaning some walnuts recently. I have no idea they're staying so much. But yeah, just keep checking it. So you want to have a pair of sharp tweezers too. That's really going to help. So once we get towards the end, we're going to want to try and punch through the skin rather than trying to sand it through. Just a little focus. So that's still not through, but you can see it's buffing it out a bit. You've lost that dimpled texture and you've gone down to a smooth texture. I want you to get your tweezers and just gently press on that area. And if it gives, then it's ready, but it's not for me. It's still quite hard, so just continue to just checking it. Every few goes, the closer you get to finishing, the less scratching you'll want to do in between. I can feel that starting to get softer, so it's almost ready. The whole reason we're doing this is just to, there we go. The whole reason we're doing this is to allow water into it. So you can't really see, kinda can, but you see how it's changed colour. It's gone a bit lighter here. That means we're almost through. So what you want to do is take your sharp tweezers or sharp something, scratch away that surface just a little bit. See if you can pick it away. You don't want to stab it into it like this, right? Do it on the side and just try to pick it away. I've found this to be the most effective way to germinate the seed. Yeah, I'm just going to do a couple more scratches, I reckon. It's almost ready. You can see now where that little hole is just there. Alright, now it's changed colour, that means the kernel is very, very close to the surface. And you don't want to damage the kernel. If you do that, it'll ruin the seed. When you're doing this, the picking part, if you're having to put too much pressure on it, it probably needs to be scraped a bit more. See how it sits up like that though? That's how much of a flat, that's how much of an angle I've got it on at the moment, and how much of a flat spot we're making. Yeah. Right, let's try this. See that kernel now. So that's not the best of views. Let's see if I can focus on that. You can see now it's completely changed colour. There we go. Completely changed colour, and we've got a hole through the outer coating now. That hole, without breaking or damaging the kernel, is going to allow water in. The water will go in through that hole, and then it will germinate out through the top. Alright, now that we've got our seeds successfully scarified, and we've soaked them for, a day. You can soak them for more, but a day is sufficient. We're going to go over and we're going to plant them in the soil. Now, the best soil you want to use is 50-50 mix of either sand or coarse sand and a native specific soil. It is very important that we use a native specific soil, because if it has a high phosphorus content, then it's going to kill the plant. So honestly, you could just use pure sand for this. They do grow in coastal regions. And we've prepared a tag here. Always write when your seeds have been planted. It will help you keep track of them. And that way you'll know if it's not germinating in the correct amount of time. Alright, now I've come down to my nursery. Now I've got these forestry tube pots. They're smaller pots, but they work pretty effectively. And I've filled them full of 50-50 coarse sand and native soil mix. Now what I'm going to do is just poke a hole in it at 1 centimetre deep, take the seed, pop it in, cover it over, and keep them nice and moist. You can see here a lot of my other pots are nice and damp. Not wet, not soaking, but damp and moist. And wait about a week and they should germinate. Alright, so it is a bit more than a week later. These are about 2-3 weeks old now, but this is what your seedling should look like. Alright. Nice light green, not too dark. Lobed leaves, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's that straightforward. You don't have to wait too long. You don't have to put the seeds in a vise, nothing like that. Just very simple items you've got around the house to be able to do it. Just be sure to expose the kernel, but don't damage it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And these will grow in, as you can see, I've got this in pretty much pure sand. The other ones I've shown you the other week is in a 50-50 mix, but they will grow in very poor conditions, which is why I like them, because it's such a delicious fruit. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you want to go buy a pack of seeds, follow the link in the description. And if I do get my website started, I'll include it in the comments. Okay, take it easy.